So now where's all the drag queens?
Yeah, we're the drag queens.
Or we could find other bears. That guy's hot back there. He's like older hot. I love it. Ooh. Look at this, Bear Central. That's good. There's lots of hot men in the Castros.
Oh, always.
Especially today. Is he a bear or a cub?
Emmett's a bear.
Define yourself as?
I call myself a cub. I'm international cub, metro cub, I'm a cub.
How about you?
I'm the hairless cat.
She's the hairless cat with the rat trap.
I think you're both very sexy.
I've been a trucker most of my life. That used to be my CB handle many, many years ago, was Dancing Bear. I've always been a bear. I don't know what's up with that. I was a bear before I knew I was a bear. Is that called the ugly duckling effect or something? You know, the swan that didn't know it was a swan until it grew up? And everybody thought it was just an ugly duck. That's me.
When I came out, I knew that I'd liked bigger guys. And all through puberty, I knew what I liked. I won't get into details, but my first fantasy really was of a bear.
Bears are kind of a subculture of the gay culture. Big, hairy. There's an attitude that goes with being a bear. I love my body no matter what kind of attitude, and I love your body too. It's just all about being okay and in your body.
This is how it works. I consider myself a bear cub. My partner is a bear. And there's so many different classifications of different bears and how people look at it, you know.
There's like otter, there's polar bear, and then you have like cub,
Bear chaser.
Well, I'll chase anything.
Wolf.
We know that.
There's a wolf, right?
Wolf.
Yeah, there's wolf.
Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my.
Where did the term wolf come from? Because bears don't even say wolf and dogs do. So do you know where that came from?
I have no idea, but I love it when somebody woofs at me.
There's bear soup.
Yes.
Bear soup is just getting a bunch of bears in a swimming pool all together.
Cubbalicious.
Husbear.
What's a furgasm? Oh my gosh, well, I'm assuming that it's when you have an orgasm, when you're having sex with another bear. Is that right?
One cannot have a cultural identity or community identity without having one's own lingo, and there is a very elaborate bear language or bear slang. And if you think about it, you know, gay community has a very extensive language of its own.
There used to be a very orthodox way of defining a bear. That has kind of been blown out of the water. And now anyone that enjoys the lifestyle can call themselves a bear, and there's a huge diversity in the community.
Traditionally, all of the fat guys were relegated to the back of the bar, or the hairy guys, because they weren't pretty enough or they weren't skinny enough to fit in with the rest of the stereotypical gay men. As any outcast will do, if you get enough of them together, they'll rise up and become something different.
People ask me all the time how big the bear community is. We did a survey years ago. There's approximately 1.4 million in the United States. It's a lot of bear. It's a lot of fur.
How can this be? Within the first 4 years of this, there were self-organizing bear clubs all over the country, and within another year or two, there were bear groups all over the planet.
There are bears in Greece. There are bears in China. Well, they're more, yeah, there are bears in China. I mean, they're all over the world. Bears. What?
Panda bears.
Well, there's panda bears. Of course there's panda bears. It's just amazing to be able to walk into a strange place thousands of miles from home and feel like you're home. That's cool.
Guys plan their whole vacations around some of these bear events because it's a place to gather.
Every weekend of the year, you don't have to be home. There's always a bear run somewhere.
There's a lot of hot bears here. I like woofing at the hairy guys, and there's, you know, when you've got a street full of hairy guys, it's hard not to have just one big old long woof because they're all hot. Last night was the beginning of Bear Week in P-Town. It's going to be a week of partying and craziness and just bears being bears. A bear run is when a group of men get together, bears, big, hairy, burly men, and party. I guess the run comes from the old days where we did the Harley, you know, the motorcycle thing, where you'd go from point A to point B, and it just carried over into the bear community.
Wolf, hi, baby. Hey.
When you live in Vermont, there's not a lot of bear runs that are up in that area. Probably the closest would be Montreal. So you're going to have to drive to get to pretty much any bear run. 8 hours is a small drive for me.
Cool. Oh, hey! How are you?
Good to see you.
Give me a kiss. Oh, how have you been?
Good. Busy as hell, but good.
Yeah, well, I know how that
400
is.
bears.
Yeah, wow, that's good.
600 unregistered, 1,000 bears.
1,000 bears. Ooh.
It's the land of
It's the camaraderie, you know, to be able to touch realities with other men that have the same kind of ideology and everything that I thrive on. Even if I have to drive 11 hours, it's not a big deal for me because in the long run, it's worth it. Hi, guys.
Hey,
Michael.
Hey.
How you doing, Michael?
Good. I'd always had problems bonding with men. As a child, my father was sexually abusive towards me. What better place to learn trust issues with men and learn bonding with men than in a bear community?
Here we are at Bears Week in Provincetown, and it's 2007. Cheers, baby.
Cheers.
I really only feel comfortable, you know, in a bear event type situation. Up to a certain point in my life, you know, I just felt like I didn't fit in anywhere. If I did go to the beach, I wouldn't take my shirt off. It's not until recently in the past few years that I actually started taking my shirt off, started feeling more comfortable with my body.
Come on, Gabby, we need you.
Here, you know, take it all off. We don't care.
Oh my God, he waxed.
No, I trim. There's a difference.
The whole bear culture, in a way, not in a lot of ways, but in some ways, can mirror, you know, the whole Chelsea boy circuit party kind of thing that goes on. Who doesn't want to be part of some community? Like, that's really what all the bear runs and all these bear events are all about, is just, you know, just being together and just in the spirit of friendship and community and just, you know, having a good time.
We're gonna dress you up in the bear flag tonight. You're gonna go out wearing just the bear flag like a diaper.
You think I won't?
When we got here yesterday, and we knew mostly half the people that were at the party, so I mean, it's just, you get to meet these people and you get to spend time with them, and you actually make friends, and it's a good way to see the people that you made friends with at the other bear runs. You know, if somebody wanted to label me a circuit bear, I'm totally fine with that.
Happy Pride! Happy Pride!
So here we are at Gay Pride.
Anything else, Mr. Louie Dewey, Mr. Metro Cub?
Honey, if you're gonna like refer to me by title, at least get the one that was bigger, International Cup.
Oh, I forgot.
International whore.
I'm sorry.
Oh, excuse me.
She's kept that title.
Oh my God. Oh, look, here's a sign. What's the sign say? I can't f***ing read it. We are on our way to Sugar Bear Weekend in Montreal. And we don't know what the speed limit is either, because we don't know if it's in kilograms or kilometers. We picked this piece of trash up off the highway.
Bonjour, mademoiselle.
We want to check out the international bear scene, because we've never been across the border to check it out.
That basically means we're gonna be fresh meat.
We're fresh meat this weekend. Hello, Montreal! Here's our transportation to the Sugar Shack. And we got lots of bears on the bus with us.
Somewhere near Quebec or in Quebec. This is where we are.
Here comes the big sled.
Three bears are playing music.
We're waiting for them to play Rihanna.
There are a lot of beautiful men here.
There are.
We had no idea what this was going to be about. We thought, oh, it could be kind of cool and interesting.
It's great.
And I mean, it's just such a really nice gathering of people and food and fun.
I made you one, Pixie.
Ooh, that looks appetizing, Boo.
Give me Pixie stick.
They're tasty too.
Look at that. Now we're eating frozen maple syrup on sticks. Do you like it?
Shocking. The sugar rush.
Oh, really?
We're pretty warm people here, so we love to cuddle.
Great.
We love to cuddle.
Another threesome.
We love kissing.
Oh, no, threesome. No, we love to kiss.
Oh yeah. You got to.
We do. Oh yeah.
This is Mike sitting at home, watching a really gay dancing movie.
It's not, it is gay, kinda. It's Billy Elliot. It's a great movie, and you would like it if you saw it. From birth, my mother had me in the church. When I could start to sing, I was singing in church. I was singing solos for the church. I was leading music teams. I was writing music. I was recording songs. I was in a band, and that whole time I was struggling with my identity. There's no room for you in heaven if you're homosexual. God hates a sinner, and God hates fags even more. That's what I felt. It was a Saturday night service, and I went up and I sang, and we had the worship service, and it was absolutely awesome. The music pastor got off of the stage, and he brought me into his office, and he said, Mike, I have to ask you something. You know, you've never lied to me. I need to ask you point blank. He said, someone said they saw you in a gay bar. Is that true? And it was almost like time stopped. I said, yes, I was at the gay bar. And he said, why? I said, because I'm gay. By me saying those words, I am gay, it totally changed my life. It totally changed my life. I no longer had my church friends. I no longer had a church. I no longer had pretty much a home to lay my soul in. I threw myself into sex. I would stay out for hours at night, cruising in parks, the train stations, online. Was it the act of sex that I was looking for? It wasn't for me. It was the act of that connection of not feeling alone. So now I'm stuck with the fact that I'm gay. Where is my niche? Where do I fit in all this?
Somewhere 3 or 4 months into being with the Bears, maybe, it hit me that my father was a bear. I mean, he had all of the external attributes of a bear. When I realized that, it was kind of freaky in a way, because it's like, what am I doing here? You know, I'm submerging myself into parties with 20 or 30 or 40 men who look, you know, size and everything like my abusive father. At first I was a little tweaked about it, like, why did I do this? And it's like, no, I know why I did this. I need to find out that men are safe, that not everybody is an abuser, just because they might be big and hairy.
Get her there, ready. Hey, come on, get me too.
I am in a relationship with a life partner, and she's female. The fact that I'm married has nothing to do with whether or not I'm a bear. I don't think it should. I've known her since she was 8 years old.
Over 40 years.
We hit that 5-year mark, and it was like,
we're still together.
we're still together. That's weird. And then we hit the 10-year mark, and it's like, this is getting freaky.
Well, and we did a renewal of vows for our 10th and again on our 20th.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. It's kind of weird in a cool way.
it's kind of nice.
Yeah. Who is doing this?
You are.
Good. Get out.
She understands that I'm a bear, and she, you know, at first when I said I'm going to go hang out with the bears, she was like, what? Okay, you know, because she's my friend too. And she understands that I need to grow and that I need to come into being who I am.
He was exploring new things and needed a little bit of space. And do I panic and think he's going to run off with some guy? And I decided to just trust him. And then he came home and immediately started talking to me about it and really telling me how he was working through the issues about his father and the abuse.
Tim's here.
Okay. Good morning.
Feed me, baby.
Good morning.
Good morning.
With the bears, a lot of them have wanted sexual intimacy.
You never complain about my cooking. What are you talking about?
No.
And they've all been really good at taking no for an answer.
My function at breakfast is to get in the way.
And you do it,
And you do it so well.
They have their separate lives and their separate interests and stuff like that. And Sylvia is very aware of Michael's life. What's wonderful is that it's not like, you know, doing things on the side.
Okay, quiet. I love that.
So I think what we're going to do next week, Sylvia, is I'm going to pick up Tim on Wednesday night.
Yeah.
I'm amazed at how loving and open that both of them must be to make this work because they just had their 20th anniversary, so it must be working.
Be careful.
I am. Now, everybody likes our bacon crispy, right?
No, nothing limp. Nothing limp enough.
Okay. These are my eggs.
Breakfast is served.
You know, she trusts me in our relationship, and she trusts me as a friend. I'm not going to let our friendship down.
Oh, really? This is really quite good. I made the toast.
Thanks for cooking, baby.
No, sorry about it.
And of course, the toast is the most important part of the meal.
Mm-hmm.
The bacon is the most important part of the meal.
We are going to South Jersey today to see my grandmother who lives down here. So I don't get to see her as much as I would like to. My grandmother is a one-of-a-kind person. One minute she'll have you laughing, the next minute she'll have you crying, the next minute she'll be talking dirty, so. It's very pink flamingos. She usually can't hear the door, so she usually leaves it open.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
How
are you, Grandma Helen?
How are you?
Where's my kiss, Daniel?
How are you? I gave you a kiss. You just want another one.
I am very proud of my grandson. I love him so
I love
much.
you too, Graham.
And he always comes to see Grandma, you know? Hey, look, what are you trying to do? Wash my floor or what?
No, I spilled something.
I'm going to make you get on your hands and knees to do it, baby.
Oh, it wouldn't be the first time, Grandma Helen.
But you never did here, though.
No, not yet.
When I came down to eat for your birthday that day, you go, you lost more weight. I said, oh,
Yes,
no.
he did. He did. I think you did, Lou. He was chubby at one time, real heavy.
I was going to say, Chubby's being nice, Graham.
All right, Matt. This is your baby picture that you said I want to show you.
I didn't know you never showed them to me.
See? He's been a good kid since the day he was born. Good looking kid. That's him.
I look skinny in that picture. When I was young, I remember going to the boardwalk where the rides were. And I remember that I couldn't go on a lot of the kiddie rides because I was too big to go on the kiddie rides, especially the jumping blow-up balloon where you could go in and take your shoes off and jump around. And I remember the person who was working it said to me, "No, you're too fat to go on this ride." I felt terrible. You know, see the other kids who were my age or even a little older going in there, and I couldn't because I was too big. And it's still something that I won't forget, ever.
I said, I don't know how he loses weight. When he comes down here, I make him gazon, I make him aprajol, I make him everything.
I don't know how to lose weight either, believe me.
He's still my grandson. I still love him.
She still loves me even if I'm not
I
a
love him
roly-poly.
any shape or form. Doesn't matter.
Fat or skinny, right? Doesn't
Fat or
matter.
skinny. For some reason he's special, you know. I know. But you can't tell a person when they're gay or lesbian or whatever they are. So you're gay just like
Right,
him.
that's right. I'm strictly Dickly.
Oh. I don't care what life he lives, as long as he's happy.
Remember I showed you these pictures, Graham?
Yeah, let me see.
I told you about the contest that I was in San Francisco.
Yes.
What the bear community is, more types of guys that look like me.
With a nice
You know.
physique, you mean?
Exactly. Thank you, Graham. Yes,
But
exactly.
You look good here, but that's why I said that, you know what I mean?
No, but it's hairy. Yeah, guys that are hairier.
Oh, I don't like hairy guys.
Well, that's
You
what
look like a teddy bear then.
exactly why they're called the bear community.
Could I join your club?
You can join my club anytime. We both like men.
Yeah, got that right. Let's chow down, baby.
Yes. Let's have some dessert.
I've been waiting for the dessert, so let's have some.
All part of the preparation.
You mind putting it downstairs?
Downstairs?
Yeah, because I'm going to leave it out for the weekend. I'm going to get my car into the garage.
In college, I was dating girls, and I was doing what I was supposed to do as being this person in the church, having to lead people to God and a sense of belonging and what is right, according to what the Bible says. I'm going to borrow one of these. You know, I wasn't eating. I was very thin. I had a size 25 waist, and I'm 6 foot.
Yeah.
Because I was fighting this internal turmoil of what God wants and what I want. And then I came to realize that it's about who I am and how I fit in this world and what I'm supposed to do. Me and my creative mind, once I realized that God would love me, I started to bulk up. I started to build my body up to a point where I think it's healthy now. And then I heard this term called a bear, just the animal itself, you know, big and masculine and very aggressive, but very nice and gentle at times as well. And I knew that that's something I would like to be a part of.
All right, you ready to go over to the club now? Let's go to the club.
Okay. What first attracted me to Mike was a smile. We were actually introduced by my friend Dan. I saw Mike, reached over, whoever was standing here, and shook Mike's hand, and big smile, he shook my hand and said, "It's nice to meet you." And I said, "It's nice to meet you too." And I turned back to whoever I was talking to, and I went like this. And I just lost all track of what I was saying and what I was doing. Because his smile kind of blew me away. Mike has come out a lot in the last 4 years that I've known him. We really never came out in the gay community until maybe August of 2004. And we kind of put ourselves right out there by throwing bear parties for hundreds and hundreds of people.
We're here to pick up Little Debbie cakes, because bears love Little Debbie cakes. I started to actively promote bear things, bear gatherings, because I wanted to be where the bears were. Honey buns. 3. The traditional, everyone loves the oatmeal cream pies. How many is that? 6. Is that enough? Yep. That'll do. That'll feed some bears. All right. I think shopping is officially done for this party. The 4 of us, Jim, John, Alan, myself, we had this idea, let's try to throw a party for the bears, because there really wasn't anything going on here in Albany and this side of New York for the bear community.
And so we knew we had hit something, and then it just has grown and grown and grown and grown.
It's the start of the Kilts and Kegs bear event here in Albany, New York. I like to come to these events because bears are so cool. I'm very open about who I am. You know, even the fact that I'm married is accepted.
My first bear event was up on Killington Mountain in Vermont, and this big teddy bear, big silverback, comes up and he's talking to me and everything. Yeah, we're hanging out. And I decided to go wander through the trails and see what was what, and he was following me and talking to me and everything. And he's a pretty big bear. And he decided that he wanted to have sex. And I'm like, no, 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 no. And he kept pulling my pants. And finally I just go, well, and I drop my pants. You know, and he drops to the ground. And this is a big boy. I'm a little bitty guy compared to him. And he goes, and he looks up at me, and he goes, what the hell? So I reached down and pulled my pants up, and I said, like I said, there's so much about me that you don't know. But word got out that I was trans, pre-surgery trans, and he's like, nobody's going to bother you, nobody's going to bother you. And I'm going, yeah, well, we'll see what happens.
Hi, how are you? Good to see you. Tim, this is Michael.
Michael, nice to meet you.
John.
Nice to meet you.
Nobody gave me any shit over it. You know, I was a bear, and that was it. I just didn't happen to have a dick at the time.
So how you guys doing?
I'm good. How are you, baby?
Hungry.
And they opened up their arms and just drug me into the group, and, you know, here I am.
We have cub, and we have
bear. Well,
bear.
there's also
but we have
classifications.
Classifications.
Bear. You know, like the grizzly bear, the polar bear, the Asian bear, the black bear, the otter, the wolf.
Yeah.
Wolverine, badgers.
Badger.
Yeah. Is that gnarly little bear that you can't say no to? Is that what it is? Well, they're very aggressive animals, too.
They're very aggressive bottom bear.
Oh, well.
There you go. A badger.
A badger is born right here in this room in Albany.
You're gonna have to soak in our hot tub that we have.
I've never really fit in most places. With the bear community, I don't have that feeling of being on the outside looking in. I think it's the openness and the willingness of bears to just allow you to be who you are.
Before coming out, I was kind of standoffish about people touching me because I never had that before. Now it's expected. You know, if someone doesn't give me a hug or kiss, I'm like, what's up with them? I think deep down people want to be hugged. I think everybody does.
It's an intimacy that our society doesn't allow us to have. That cuddling and that hugging and that nurturing, bears crave it. Probably men crave it. They're just terrified to take that step.
We get so busy sometimes, you know, we can close everything off. But the bears, you know, just by, you know, the hug and the belly rub, you know, there's something about that. It's releasing, it's freeing.
Male-to-male affection is very, very necessary for our society. On many, many different levels, they need that contact, but we don't have it. I think that's what's wrong with the world today, is not enough men are hugging each other, you know.
Hey, what's up? Come on in.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Oh, very good, very good.
I identify as a queer bear that's trans.
I figured we were gonna put our feet in our nice hot tub over there.
You can get undressed for that.
You never seen anybody get undressed before?
Not in the last few hours.
I don't tell a lot of bears that I am trans. If it comes up, it's because somebody is like, you know, trying to take my pants off in the woods, you know, because it's kind of shocking.
And it's red.
I got bubbles.
A lot of bears don't know I'm trans. I don't look trans.
Oh, look, he's got the whole technique. He puts the whole bottle in there.
There you go. She knows what she's doing.
This isn't her first time at the rodeo. She? Come on now.
All of us are girls here.
Are we sure about that?
It's all about image.
I know,
Oh, very cool.
Let's see.
That's nice.
Did you used to date her?
Yeah. That was 30 years ago. I was riding bikes at the time and being wild and in the lesbian community. And
When he mentioned that when he used to ride motorcycles with lesbians, that's when it like fully kicked in.
Right.
And then it was sort of like, oh, you have no idea.
No,
you just
I
never know.
really wouldn't. Not at all.
If his vision of himself is that he is a bear and a man, then that's what he is, regardless of anything else. I say good for her.
Me too.
I should no, not good for her. Not good for her.
I know.
Good for him.
Yeah.
When you're not used to being in that situation, you know, you don't think about, because when we're all together, you know, we call each other bitch, she, he, whatever, and you know, we don't think twice of it because there's no reason for us to. But I mean, he seemed like he was fine with it, but you know, you don't want to be insensitive.
when I was female, I was very visible. I was a very masculine dyke, I guess. Durabond 45. But, you know, when you go into a store to buy something and then they go, oh, thank you, sir, and then they look up and you've got 38 double Ds, they're going, you know? And there's all this awkwardness and this confusion and everything.
You buy something? Yeah. Oh, good.
And I was so used to being so visible that once I started transitioning, I became invisible. At first it was kind of frightening, and then it was kind of like, well, this is kind of cool. You guys are busy today.
What's that?
So y'all busy today.
Yeah.
When you're trans, it kind of puts you in this unique space of, so are you gay or what? You know, for all intents, outward purposes to the rest of the world, I'm living in a heterosexual relationship with a woman. But when you add in the trans part, then more people than not will say, well, you're a lesbian. I'm very far from being a lesbian. And obviously I'm a bear. I know I'm a bear, you know I'm a bear. Everybody looks at me and goes, woof. You know, they know I'm a bear.
It's in that box right there.
Okay. Here's me skinny. One for posterity. There's some pictures of you in there from before transition.
See if I can find one. There I am just before I started hormones.
Now, would you think that was a wolf coming in?
I think that, you know, the process over the years of coming into my masculinity was more and more through experience. It's not something you can just jump into. That was right after surgery, my first surgery, my chest surgery. Also, I think that as I got to know bears more on an individual level, that some of the guys would, just through talks, you know, that I would become more comfortable with myself. Now I'm living as a straight man in a mainstream town, and I'm actually a queer bear.
I was in a popular Christian rock band. You know, we were touring with signed bands. We were going to be signed ourselves. And then I was outed and all that stopped. You know, I would see people in the mall, church people, and they would not look at me. When I wanted for them to come up to me and say hi, or even acknowledge my existence. A year ago I found out that the CDs that I had made and the songs that I had written in this band that I was so proud of, the church people were burning them. It hurt me deeply, you know, and I didn't understand it. But then I came to realize that it was the association. Nothing of sin can be good. And to me, the greatest sin that I've committed is the lie of me not telling people who I was. It's the greatest sin. Getting ready is a task in itself. We gotta make sure we have the right clothes on, so we're comfortable.
The event that we're going down to right now is the meet and greet, which is sponsored by the Metro Bears from New York City.
It's a meet and greet party, but the theme is pajama party, glow in the dark.
I need fashion advice.
You can wear a shirt, you can wear a tank top.
It looks like pajamas.
Yeah,
looks like... See, he's gotta tell me what to wear sometimes, but I always end up overriding that. Since I have better sense of style.
We're in the process right now of packing the run bags. And usually at every bear event, when the bears arrive, they get like a goodie bag. There are about 3 to 4 bear events every weekend of the year. Every event raises money for charities. We're probably the largest fundraising group in the GLBT community.
I hear music. I hear that heartbeat.
Every time you go to a bear run, it's like a family reunion. It's just amazing to walk into a strange place, thousands of miles from home, and feel like you're home. That's cool. That's really cool.
I like your shirt.
When most people think of a pool party, I don't think they have this in mind. For the bear community, we have this thing called bear soup.
Thank you. Okay.
You look at a bunch of guys, and most of them didn't know each other. And now friendships have been made, and not just for the weekend, but for a lifetime.
Louis a little drunk today.
Look at that twist off champagne. Gonna do it every time.
Look at all the, you know, merchandise people are selling specifically to bears. I think it's great.
Let's go over to the Complete Bear. What kind of company are you?
We're for the bear, his cub, and their den.
The idea in our consumer culture that you are a community or you are an identity when you are a niche market. There are caps, there are t-shirts, there are sweaters, there are jackets, there's, you know, all the tchotchkes. So if you think of anything that has a rainbow on it, just think of it in bear rainbow.
Louis! Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm hanging out by the pool and I look up to like the 20th floor and there's buns hanging out. And of course, it had to be there.
Hey, we got a 10 out of 10.
Here is to Louis, who has performed valiantly in the past year. And
I didn't mean to toast about me.
Well, I'm toasting to you anyway, because you're a great Metro Bear, Metro Cub, or whatever exactly it is that you are.
Metro Cub.
That's it.
And then International Cub.
And a good friend. Oh, and happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. Here you go, Boo. Happy birthday.
Oh.
And here's a little something, something.
You guys didn't have to do that.
We did.
Yes, you did. You're my friend. This shirt is for tonight. I am going to be stepping down as Mr. International Bear Cub 2006. So tonight is a contest, and the theme is horror movies. I just the shorts came down a little lower. It was very busy doing things for the community, doing a lot of charity work, planning a lot of parties. I feel like the Cowardly Lion when I put this on.
Why?
It's because that's what his courage was, a badge of honor or whatever, remember? I'm taking the edge off a little bit, but I'm still nervous. This is the vest that I'm gotta put on now. I'm actually looking forward to passing it on and just letting someone else have that great experience.
Check out those ham hocks.
I mean, this is ham right here.
All you need to do is call the Oscar Mayer people, and that's it for you.
That's
once they know where to look for you.
I know, that's their inventory for like the next 3 years.
Yeah, right.
They don't need to buy anymore.
Reigning title holders as they bid you all a fond farewell. So please welcome to the stage International Mr. Bear Cup 2006, Louis Colasorda.
It's been a great year. Tomorrow's my birthday, so if anybody wants to buy me a drink later, I'll be out. And I'll be 34 tomorrow, so we got it.
For International Bear Cup 2007 is awarded to Steve Finch.
As much as I was happy to see it go, I guess a part of me was also sad to see it go. I guess you could say a bittersweet experience. I didn't get to spend as much time with my friends. This kind of took away from that. I felt like I was missing them for a year and a half while I had both titles.
What do you think's going to happen when one of us does meet somebody that they really, really like and they want to build something with somebody?
As we are right now, do you feel like you're lacking anything by not having a partner?
Oh, no. I mean, I say that all the time. Like, every once in a while, like, if I meet somebody who, you know, I entertain thoughts of maybe just, you know, dating, if they can't get along with my friends, then it's just not going to work for me because I'm not going to give up my friends for somebody else.
I agree with that. I agree with that. I think, like, the older I get, the more I see, you know, death, and I'm starting to see, like, people getting sick and being alone by themselves and stuff like that. Now, and don't say wah-wah, because I know that's coming. No. But the more, but it's true. The more I see it, the more I say to myself, I want someone to be there when I am sick.
Well, what if we said we would be there for you?
That's true, but
I'll change your diaper.
I think that's different, though.
I'll poison you.
You're going to change his diaper, but you won't change yours.
We are in the moonwalk. Get in here, you're finally getting some exercise. Once you've been overweight, you kind of tend to always see yourself as overweight. But then there's the times where you feel great about yourself, and those times outweigh those times that you don't feel good about yourself.
So you're happy?
Grab me the pom-poms, I'm happy.
Oh my God, she's swollen.
Okay, so we're leaving the house now. We gotta go buy a tent for Hillside for camping this year. There goes Tom and Jim. Bye guys, going to buy a tent.
Buy something nice.
Buy something nice.
There might come a day when we're like, we need to stay home every weekend now instead of throwing parties and traveling and everything else.
Well, we'll probably throw parties at the house.
There you go.
There you go.
Yep. We want a big house where we can invite people over to stay, and we would like to gear ourselves as stay-home bears.
Stay-home bears. So what we're gonna do is set up the tent, because this is brand new. In preparation of our anniversary weekend at Hillside Campgrounds for Bears One Weekend. That's where John and I met. We were introduced there. And we go every year to celebrate our anniversary. We've been together for 4 years. This is
A 7 to 8 person.
7 to 8 person.
Or 3 bear, I guess.
Most of my life, I felt like the world was contained in this bubble that was always safe because people said it would be safe for me. I think now I can appreciate God more now that people aren't trying to tell me who God is in my ear. That one's not.
2 the same, 1 different size.
Well, where are the directions?
Relax.
We don't need no directions. I'm to the point where I'm just living, I'm having a good time. God is always center for me.
Maybe we should read the directions. We want to look like willing and able bears when we get there.
Yeah, we want to look like butch bears.
We want to look like we've done this before 100 times.
I do miss the band. I'm starting to hear it again. I'm starting to write music down, and I'm feeling like God is telling me it's time to pick up your instrument again, start singing again.
We're erecting the tent.
My hero, he's my tent master. I see God in John. I see God in my friends. Let all your bear weight, push it out. And he's everywhere. It's evident.
I'll just lay on it.
Someone had to create this. Where did this come from? So, and I appreciate that more now.
Awesome.
Ta-da, we're done.
I got a cat in here. Come on, Dumpling. Come on, Sweet Pea. Come on. Because of where I came from and the things that happened when I was a child, everything was sexual. Everything had a sexual overtone and an undertone, and so it was always there.
Remember when you came home that time and one of the really, really, really big guys and had pulled you up in his lap and just held you, and you had just sat there with your head on his chest?
He just walks up and goes, "Hey." And I said, "Hey." And he just reaches down and he picks me up like a little kid. I felt like I was 9 years old again. And finally, I just put my head over on his shoulder. And it was one of the most healing moments that I had ever had in my life, is to feel safe in a man's arms, to feel safe in a man's lap. Mark's my favorite bear. Oh, Mark's my favorite bear. And he always turns red when I say that. I don't know what that's about. Oh, I'm in line. That was my #1 reason for joining the bear community, is to heal myself and to learn how to bond in a safe place. And I found family here. And I come and give him grief at work. Yep. I found a niche that is so me and so a part of me that I suppose the only thing I can say is my father, if he gave me any gifts in my life, that was the one gift he gave me, is the bear community. And to be able to embrace that 100%. I like that. This is Mama Bear. This is my bear.
Okay, let's hear it for Mama Bear.
She's Wolfie.
You remember Tom, right?
For your documentary, here's a definition of a bear. It's a man who passes for straight until he gets in the dance floor.
B4. You can only do so much with numbers and letters.
Bingo!
56. Yeah. Really? Bingo!
Oh, boy, both ways? Just both ways? Oh, forget it. Never mind. Forget it.
Bear soup, baby.
Parsley.
All right, everybody, here we go. Let's big round of applause for Don here. He's here from Milwaukee, Oregon. Yeah. All right. Now, he is 5'10", down 205 pounds. He went on the diet just for this contest. Somebody told him Tyra Banks was going to be here. What do you think you are best at in bed sexually? Here's what he put. The nasty words that I whisper in the ear of my partner. Yes, and I know what those nasty words are. Jenny Craig, lean cuisine.
Oh my God, she looks like Christina Crawford.